Hey YouTubers, this afternoon I'm going to be doing a review of my EDC bag, the Patagonia Stealth Atom Sling Bag. It's been a little while since I've put any videos online. Reason for that is my computer went down, and so I was out for a couple months and just got a new computer, so I'm back up and running. Hopefully I'll be able to put a little bit better videos together for you guys. I'm going to be working with some different software. Hopefully be able to make the videos a little bit better. But I'm a big advocate of EDC bags. I carry bags on a day-to-day basis, and I was carrying the Maxpedition series, EDC bags. Nothing against the company; they make great bags, great products, great quality. Nothing against them whatsoever. But the problem that I felt like I was running into with those types of EDC bags is they're very military. They look military, and a lot of people assume because you're military that you've got a gun in them. That may be the case. You may choose to carry your gun inside that bag, and that may not be an issue for you. I, however, wanted to go more in what we call the a little bit more gray. I didn't want my bags to stick out quite as much. Okay, I think as society has changed, I think we are becoming a little bit more acceptable of sling bags and things of that nature. So it does take some getting used to, especially if you're just now getting into considering carrying an EDC bag, and you really don't know what to go with. There are a lot of options out there right now. There's a lot of different companies and manufacturers out there that are making EDC bags. Now this particular bag that I'm doing this review on is not really designed for everyday carry. It's actually designed for minimalist fly fishermen, people who want to go as light as possible and as deep in the backcountry and do fly fishing. And so I started looking at bags that could put me more into, again, what I talked about, the gray zone, or becoming gray. For people who don't know what that terminology means, it just basically means to blend in. It doesn't mean to really stick out. I have a lot of friends that are law enforcement officers, and one of the things that they always point out is every one of those bags that they see, they automatically assume that there's going to be a gun inside. I personally don't really choose to carry the gun inside my bags. That's my own personal preference. I like to have my weapon on me when I do carry. But that's just a little bit of the background of why I chose this particular bag. I do carry a lot of objects on a day-to-day basis, and I needed something that was going to really do the job, but I need something that was good quality. I am a firm believer that you do get what you pay for. So what I'll do is I'll do as much of this review as I can from this position, and then I'll go in a little bit more detail and close-up camera views to give you a more in-depth look at this particular bag. So without further ado, I'm going to adjust this camera just a little bit here. First thing I want to mention about this thing is made of really good high quality material. You're not really going to have to worry about this thing breaking down on you, a month after wearing it. It's made really well. On front, you've got a front zipper, and I usually just carry some small items, some cash. Here I've got a seatbelt cutter that I always carry with me in this smaller pocket. One of the cons about this particular zipper that I'm not too fond of is it's not big enough for an iPhone. I really do wish, because I do carry an iPhone, I really do wish that it would carry an iPhone. However, it does not. But that's just one of the cons in my personal preference about this particular pocket. It does have some MOLLE webbing if you wanted to web anything, or loop anything onto it per se. Now, one of the biggest things about this bag is that as you pull it around, everything that you need is all right here within easy access. The other particular bag that I was carrying wouldn't allow me to do this because of how I had it set up on my back. So as I pulled it around, everything wasn't very easily accessible. You've got an internal zipper here, okay, which this is an iPhone 5. Your iPhone will fit inside of this. I carry a Glock tool inside of my bag. This is an actually fairly deep pocket. Pretty much encompasses my entire hand in depth wise, and it's got a felt lining inside, so if you've got things that you really want to protect, that'd be a great pocket to put them in. Of course, you can put anything in this particular pocket that you want. Now, moving into, you've got a middle, which is going to be your main compartment of this bag. Okay. Now, let me point this out real quick. This bag does not come with these paracord pull ties. It's going to come with these particular pull ties. Okay. So I've only got that on one of my actual pockets. So, and these things are actually made really good. It's just that they're so small that when I want to get into this main compartment, I want to be able to do it a lot easier. So anyway, I've got this paracord pull tab. And I'll get a closer look inside of this, but I'm just going to show you from my perspective all the things that I have accessibility to. I don't like to carry my wallet on my body, so that's the reason why I carry it inside of this bag. So my wallet on a day-to-day basis. I also have reactions to bees, so I carry my EpiPen. So I mean, this is not something I just want to throw in my front pocket every day anywhere I go. So I want something that can, you know, utilize and basically make my life more effective, or more efficient, I should say. Checkbook, some medicine. But, and as I go through, like I said, I'll show you a closer view. When I always carry an extra magazine. One of the items that I carry is by Tool Logic. It's a knife, as well as a fire striker that's built in, as well as it also has an emergency whistle. And it's actually extremely loud. So this is a great little tool that I like to carry with me. It's something that I'll throw in my bag also too when I go camping, just to have, you know, an additional fire starter. So I carry that as well. I have to use glasses for work every day. That's pretty much it for the pocket. But now for depth-wise, just to show you in a comparison for how large this inner pocket is, I've got a full-size Glock 22 that I'm going to insert into here, just for the safety people out there. Okay, so depending on how you choose to carry that, you can carry a full-size gun inside of here, and there's no issues with that. It'll fit that weapon perfectly, and carry all those additional items too. So if you are an advocate of carrying a larger weapon and you want to carry it in this bag, it will accommodate larger guns. So anyway, just wanted to point that out. Now, moving into this outer portion, this is where the fisherman would have access to all his flies. This actually has, I'm going to adjust this camera down just a little bit. This actually does have a waterproof zipper seam. And as you access it, this thing will open up to lay out flat this way. Now, this material here is like a styrofoam material. You can actually pull this out if it gets messed up. You know, this is where you put your hooks and your flies and stuff like that. Now, me trying to be creative, one of the things that I wanted to look at was the option, if I wanted to carry a weapon inside of here for whatever reason, I wanted an option to do this. So let me actually show you the size of a Glock. Okay, so you can actually see the size. You can actually make a Glock 19 fit very well here. Here's the problem. I've used Velcro holsters in order to try to make this work, but the problem I was having is that the Velcro would stick so well that I was having a difficult time actually pulling the gun out, and it would stick. So I would pull the whole Velcro piece off, and then I would have to actually remove that from the weapon in order to be able to, you know, properly access it and use it. So I didn't feel like that was a viable option for me. I've not come up with another way in order to make that work for me, but I know that there's a lot of you know, people out there, the so-called MacGyvers, that could make something like that work. So but anyway, moving on, this has got another smaller pocket here. Okay, it's got a Velcro piece that's sewn onto the inside. I carry a multi-tool. I carry another small flashlight. This thing is great if I just need just a little bit of light, but I've always carried this little tiny small flashlight, so it usually just stays with me, as well as I've got some medicine. But going to the outside, I've got a water bottle. and I'm gonna actually tell you a little bit about this water bottle. This thing is great. I drink lots of water on a day-to-day basis. This is from a manufacturer called Swell. Great company. Every bottle that you buy goes to help people in third world countries, provide them with accessible, clean drinking water. This is one of their, I guess you could call this, it's actually called Olive the Drab, or Army the Olive Drab, something like that. But it's got like a matte finish. They have all kinds of colors, so depending on, you know, if you like bright colors or low-key colors, black, whatever you want. The only thing about this bottle is that you can't boil water. But one of the biggest benefits of it is that it's guaranteed to keep your coals cold for up to 24 hours, and hot liquids, I think, hot for up to 12 hours. So that's a big benefit to me, and it fits right inside this pocket perfectly. And then, of course, depending on what you're carrying, let me actually show you real quick in comparison size to a regular size water bottle, so that way you can see the size difference of what that, and then you would just pull this tab on. It's going to be a little bit more difficult. I didn't have a lot of success carrying this style of bottle. It's one of the reasons that I searched to find a larger size water. So, but anyway, that's my particular setup. Now, on this very, very bottom, there's a little, I don't even know what you'd call it, and I'll be honest with you, I really don't know what it's for. There was this rubber piece that's sewn onto the bottom of the bag, and I was like, well, I want to do something with it. I just didn't know what, and I ended up coming across a Phoenix LD12 flashlight. This thing is absolutely amazing, and size-wise, when you close your hand, it fits perfect. So, you know, if you were using this light to clear a room, it's not really super heavy. You know, just fits really good in the palm of your hand. Great controls. One of the other benefits about this light, though, is once it's on, you've got a little quick tab here that you can push. So if you were clearing a room, you could easily, if you needed to dim the light for whatever reason, you've got a lower setting, middle setting, bright setting, and then you also have flash. And then if you hold it for 3 seconds, then it goes into SOS mode. So you can put this up in the window of your car if you were, you know, maybe ran off the road at night. So it's a great little flashlight. I've chosen to decided to start carrying this as part of my EDC options. So anyway, this little flashlight absolutely fits perfect inside of this little compartment. So that's one of the reasons that I chose to use this one as well. I'm going to remove this bag and point out one of the other things that I didn't really like about this bag was I guess one of the cons that I didn't like about it was this strap right here. I do wish that this strap was a lot wider. For whatever reason, it's just not my own personal preference. I just wish that it was. And this strap was, I don't know, it was way too long, man. I had to basically cut it, and I basically took a lighter, singed the ends of this off to keep it from fraying, because it was way too long. Now, let's say, for example, you're thinking, well, you know, how am I going to be able to secure this thing if I have to run, or you know, I've got to book it someplace, you know, you're running late for, you know, at the airport, something like that. One of the things that you can do is there is a strap on the inside of this thing, and I've got it tucked away because I don't use it. And what this actually does, this little strap here, this buckle, was actually mounted to there. So what I could do is you could pull this out. Now, if what's going to happen, this is the way it would be set up. So every time you took this thing off, you would have to unbuckle this, and you've got this dangling around. That's just not how I personally chose to carry this. So that's the reason why I unlooped it from the webbing here and tucked it in. There is a place, if you didn't want to use this option, that you can tuck it in the back. I'll show that to you in just a second. But if you rode a bicycle to work, if you rode a motorcycle, you know, this could be a very viable option for you if you want to go a little bit lighter, but you need you know, maybe versus you don't want to carry a backpack, you want to carry something a little bit lighter, this may be a better option for you. And this is not going anywhere. You could take off in a full dead sprint. You can cinch this thing down. I mean, you don't have to worry about that. So anyway, let me get the camera and I'll take you guys in for a closer look on the bag. All right, so now I'm going to take you guys in for a closer look to be able to see, you know, a little bit closer detail of what's actually going on inside this bag. Now I'll do the best that I can with one hand. Here's the individual pockets I was talking about earlier inside. Now there's a Velcro strap. You can see it right behind my checkbook there. It's actually sewn on the inside. Let's take this checkbook out. So behind my wallet here is a lengthwise internal pocket that runs the entire length of the bag, so you could put, you know, something long in there. You could put your weapon if that's where you so choose to carry it. And then you've got these individual mesh pockets here up front. So the extra magazine and the knife is here, my wallet, and then of course my EpiPen. One of the things that I forgot to mention is this nifty little waterproof bag. So let me get that out of the way, kind of show you the depth there. Glasses. This thing has a built-in waterproof bag inside of this thing. Now it cannot be removed, so for whatever reason, if you're like, I don't want it, you're stuck with it, unless the only other option is you can cut it off here. You know, again, it's your own personal preference, but anyway, this thing has got a Velcro strap here, and then it's also got an internal closing system here. Okay, so I carry some important documents inside of here, as well as some Curlex gauze and some quick response quick clot, a lighter. Once a lighter gets wet, sometimes they just won't work after they're so wet, so I decided to carry that in there. You know, if it's a torrential downpour, I might throw my wallet in there, but I'm just here to tell you, this thing is extremely water resistant. It's not waterproof. If you threw it into the lake, you know, your items inside are going to get wet, but for the most part, I've not had any type of issues whatsoever. This type of material here and here are going to absorb some of the water, okay? But the rest of the bag is made out of really tough nylon, and it really repels water extremely well. The only thing that I've not added to this that's not in this bag as of right now is a tourniquet. I'm actually doing some research on some different types of tourniquets right now, so I don't know which one I'm going to go with, and I do carry a medical bag in my vehicle. So let me tuck this in here, and we'll go to the other pocket. Which was the smaller one. Now, for the most part, you guys could actually see, you know, what was inside of here. But one thing I wanted to point out, see, there's the other piece. So you've got another length size internal pocket here, the Velcro, and then there's your internal piece there that you can remove or leave in there. Here on the back, let's actually turn this thing over so you can actually see. It's made out of an microbial material. What I mentioned before was that this additional strap here, you can tuck it away. At least they had, I'm glad that the guys that made this had the vision to actually make that, because that was a huge benefit for me to put that on there, or put this as an option, because not everybody wants all this dangling, you know, strap hanging out. So anyway, it takes me a second, but I can push it all the way through there, so that way I don't have to worry about it. So when I'm taking it on and off, I can take it off with ease. I don't have to use the additional buckle. However, if I needed it at a moment's notice, that option is there for me. So anyway, there's the bag from Patagonia. Again, it's the Patagonia Stealth Atom Sling Bag. They do make a smaller version, which is the Patagonia Stealth Sling Bag, which is I believe only comes in black and one other color, but it's a lot smaller, but it does not have the, you cannot compartmentalize that bag the way that you can this one. So anyway, that is my review of this bag. Guys, let me know what you think. If you got a moment, like it and share it. Maybe it might benefit somebody else. And anyway, guys, have a great day and be safe.